46 billion. This is how much we collectively spent on self-improvement in 2025 alone. Researcher Sonia Lupien from the University of Montreal found that the best predictor for buying a self-improvement book this year is somebody who has bought one the past year. This means one thing. It means that the people who keep buying self-improvement books are not changing, and that's why they keep buying more. So what's actually happening is somebody buys a self-improvement book and they get the dopamine hit from it, but they don't get the results. And they go, I haven't found the right book yet. I failed to apply what's in the book. And they turn it onto themselves. They start blaming themselves. And that's totally the wrong approach to go. The same thing happens with YouTube videos on self-improvement. It happens with online courses on self-improvement. So this is not about discipline. While this might be a small part of it, it's something much bigger than this. It's about the model that these self-improvement books have been selling to you. And the model is this: your beliefs inform your feelings inform your thoughts inform your actions, and your actions inform the results you get, the outcomes you get in life. This is the model that the industry has been selling. And I personally used to promote that as a coach before I understood how the game really works. But this sequence is actually backwards. And I personally have been sucked into it many times in the past. For 10, 15 years, I had several core limiting beliefs that I wanted to change. And this was exactly the model that I used, and I failed to change. And this is very common for especially people over 40 and 50. So what does actually work? Well, it's the same sequence, but it runs in the other way. Here is how. We start with actions. New actions produce new results in life. And these new results update how we think, which updates how we feel, which updates our beliefs. So it's the model, but it runs in the opposite direction. In other words, you cannot think your way into your new way of being. And this is how most people are doing it. And that's why they're failing, including me many times in the past. You have to act your way into your new beliefs and mental models. Let me take things deeper now, because if I stop here, I haven't been helpful to you. If new actions are where we need to start, why aren't we taking these new actions? There is a very specific reason for that. And the reason is this: the actions that will actually help you change your mental models are invisible to you. And they are invisible to you because they don't match your current mental map. Your brain literally predicts your past into your future. And this is called predictive processing, and I've made videos on that, so I'm not going to go deep into that. The best example I can give you about this from the real world is the Blakemore and Cooper experiment from 1970 with kittens. So kittens were raised either in cylinders with vertical lines only, so the only thing they saw in daylight was vertical lines, or in cylinders with horizontal lines. So the kittens who were raised in cylinders with only horizontal lines, when finally their brains formed and they were released into the normal environment, they had problems registering everything that was vertical. So they kept running and bumping into leg chairs and table chairs, and vice versa. The kittens who were raised in cylinders with only vertical lines, they kept not being able to register horizontal ledges. So they had problems with that. Why? Because when their brains were forming, they didn't form the mental connections, the neuronal connections for what they weren't seeing. We're exactly the same way. This is literally the mechanism made physical. So now the next natural question is, well, if my current mental map is not allowing me to see the opportunities for new action, how do I even know what new action to take that gives new results that will update my mental models? And the answer is this. In the past, we used to use coaches or psychologists to kind of help us see what's on the label on the outside of the bottle, because when we're inside the bottle, we cannot read the label. So we use these persons to help us see what we're not seeing. Right now, we can still do that, but we also have AI, and AI is really good right now in connecting dots that we personally cannot connect. So I'm not making a pitch for AI. I'm just stating what's useful today and where technology is today and what I personally use to help myself. The bottom line is this: the small percentage of people who get results from reading self-help books are people who take different action. and they allow that different action to produce different results in life, which then update their beliefs and mental models. And that's the proof. By the way, a side note, if that's the thinking that you appreciate, subscribe. I release a new video every Sunday. So where does this leave us? Trying to think your way into a new life doesn't work. What works is to take action that's different than who you've been so far. Take new actions and allow these new actions to update your prior beliefs. If I can sum it up in one sentence, it's this: allow your actions to update your beliefs by creating new evidence that contradicts your previous beliefs.